Today we're talking about wrist injuries. I hurt my wrist by my bicycle weight and my body weight and my daughter's weight on my hand wrenching my wrist this way. As soon as you hurt your wrist, what you really probably need to do is immobilize your wrist and just wear a brace. I taped it, and that for some reason made my wrist hurt more. So I was afraid to get a brace and immobilize it. I probably should have gone to the doctor, but basically, you know, most guys don't want to do that. What the internet said was it didn't turn black and blue, and it probably didn't break anything. So I probably strained it. It is a little bit more swollen. It's been about 6 weeks. I cannot play. Like literally, like hitting a ball hurts. I'm going to include 2 links to 2 very good websites that give PDFs on how to exercise it. But basically what you need to do initially is immobilize, ice it every night. You probably have to rest at least 2 weeks before you start any kind of rehab. I could not do this when I first heard it. It still kind of hurts to do things like this. So the first exercise is like this, then it's like this, then you have to also do this, because if it hurts, you need to, basically it's range of motion. I'm trying to get my range of motion. It still hurts to do this. So I still cannot play, okay? You put your arms on the table, and you lean forward, making your wrist as close to 90 degrees as possible. As you can tell, I cannot do that, okay? So those are the exercises. The first one's like this. You're supposed to do 10 of these. Then it's like this. Do 10 of these. Then I like to do this because I actually feel better. What will also help you is if you put some sports cream here. Because I feel, for me, that when I massage the ligament around my elbow, it seems to loosen up this wrist. My feeling is this particular wrist injury I have here on the right side by my pinky is attached to the ligament attached to my elbow. And so by going to my elbow and coming up to my wrist, it makes it feel a lot better. Okay? After 2 or 3 weeks have gone by and you've iced it and you have limited range of motion back, it's still going to feel really weak. And so what I started doing was I started doing light curls like this with 5-pound dumbbells. I normally do 35-pound dumbbells. So that's how weak the wrist is. Okay? And then I will also do a reverse curl. Then I'll do a tricep extension, 8 count, 10 count. And then I'll do a wrist curl like this and a wrist curl like this. I've been doing that for like the last week. This is week 6 going on week 7. And so it feels a lot better. I think if you initially, when you first get the injury, go to the doctor and have them check it out and see what's going on. It feels to me like I only have a ligament strain. Okay. As far as playing, I can hit a forehand, but I can't follow through. I cannot hit a backhand. I can slice, but I cannot come over a backhand. I cannot do this. That really hurts. I can serve, but I can't extend here on the serve. Okay? So basically I can't play tennis. So the key here is on the short term, and it's been 6 weeks. And so to some players that's a season. I'm sorry to say, if you hurt your wrist, you're done. You need to just rest. Because I visualize at this stage of the game, it will take me 3 more weeks to be healed. And then I'm going to have to start some light hitting. And when you return to hitting, when we say light hitting, I would suggest go to the wall first, and you hit for 10 minutes. In 10 minutes you can hit a lot of balls against the wall, but it has to be very controlled. Because if you hit with someone, they hit too hard, you could just hurt your wrist all over again, and you'd be back to step 1. After going that first day against the wall, go again maybe 2 days later, see how your wrist feels the next day. Go 2 days later, make the time a little longer, and then try to hit some serves, and try to hit some volleys. The first day you're only hitting forehand and backhand lightly, just to see how the hand feels when you make impact. Because when you make impact with a ball, that you'll feel that. You hit the ball, and your wrist will go like this. Okay? And you'll feel that pain. You need to see if your wrist can handle that. Okay? Long term, the lesson here is you need to have active rest. Normally every season in Hawaii, I usually rest from October to December because that's when our seasons end. Like there's no tennis at that time. This past year, I played the whole year. And October was a big ITF tournament, December was nationals, February was the ITF tournament, so I trained really hard. And for the first time in my lifetime, basically, I trained for the whole year. you should never train for the whole year. You should try to take a break for 4 months. Because the other thing about tennis is it's very asymmetrical. It develops one side of your body completely. Forehand, backhand serve, it develops this part of your body, you know. Especially if you use two hands, you're not going to have, like if you use a one-hander, it really aggravates it here. Because if you use two hands, you're going to rotate. Like my ability to rotate, because I don't use two hands anymore, is very limited. My range of motion is very limited this way. So I basically hit a one-hander and I lock. I never rotate. My forehand I'll hit and I'll rotate. Okay. So this part of my body is very, very developed, and the left part of my body is not. That's why it's very important when you lift weights also that you use a lot of dumbbells. So what we talked about? We talked about wrist injuries. When you get one, go to the doctor, ice, immobilize, and continue to do that. When you finally have the ability to move your hand, I would suggest doing weights. I'm a firm believer in weight rehab, but you must get your permission from your doctor. Okay, on the short term, you must rest. It'll probably take you 6 weeks minimum. Then you go back slowly against the wall first, control situation. 10 minutes, then 30 minutes. Do not just start playing, because once I started playing, it felt fine. Because you know, once the adrenaline starts going and it's warmed up, it feels alright. Some shots still hurt, but it feels alright. The next day, my wrist was dying. Lastly, plan active rest in your schedule. Don't play the whole year. Okay? Hopefully you're having a good April. Welcome to April 2013, and it's not April Fool's Day.